all of my life I'm coming more from an alternative background. So I was trying to always do alternative projects that are serving for the good of the planet, that are doing something good. And whenever somebody was coming to me and telling me or asking me, where's your business model, or give me a business list, how will it work? I was always very much in resistance. And I thought, like, all these business things are not good for me. Until I realized in the process of working with a lot of projects, what is the need behind a business model or a business idea? And I realized it's not about grief or getting a lot of money, but I realized that a business model can be a wonderful possibility to really clarify what you want to do, clarify for whom it is, and how the whole thing is going to look like in order to set up a proper project. So in our work, we are trying to bring both of that together. The intention of really doing something good for the world and bridging it with a clear project or business model that it can really start to flourish, or sort of also get it down on earth, what you want to do. So for a long time we were looking for the right place and the right way how to do it, especially within the framework of social entrepreneurs that are not coming so much from a business background. And we found the business model canvas a very, very good approach to that, because it helps you to play around. It's not a very stiff thing. It really is an open way to play with a project, to play with the aspects a business or a project is set up. It helps you to become clear, because it shows you also aspects you have not been thinking about so long. And it gives us a common language, because there's so many models out there. And this one is really also coming from the economic background, or more from a business world. It's very easy to understand, even at the first glance, or for people who do not have a business background. And it helps us to have similar words for the things we're talking about. So what is the business model canvas? It's made up of, it's a canvas made out of 9 major aspects. And the major division is between the right side, which is one part of it, and the left side. And we start with that, and then we go more into detail what it means. So one part of the business model canvas shows everything towards your target group. So it shows what do you want to do, for whom, and how does it reach them. So this is really the outer side of a project. The left part is everything that you as an organization have to do, all the inside part, the resources you need, the activities you have to do, the partners you have, in order to produce a project or an offer. And now we go through them one by one so that you can get a feeling how it's set up. The core part of it, and that's also what helped me so much, is that it focuses very much on your offer and on a target group. So your offer, your product is in the core, it's in the middle of it. And it's very specific and very clear about what is your offer. Because, for example, inspiration is not a clear offer. But a book that is written in a beautiful way about how you could change the world and live from it, that may be a beautiful inspiration. So inspiration is maybe the intention behind it. But what is really the offer then? So a book would be an offer. But another offer to the same intention could be a conference, where you bring change makers together with people who want to do something. It is the same intention, but it's a different offer. So here, to be really clear, what are the people who come to you who may be seeking inspiration, but what do they really need, or what do they really get in the end? So in the core, you have your offer or your product. And then on the right side, on the very right side of the canvas, you have the target group. And the target group is really the people you're doing your project for. These are the people who have needs, who wish for something. And it's very important to be very clear on who they are. Not that we so much think about what they should need, but to become clear on what is their reality in life. What do they think? What do they dream about? What are their wishes and hopes for life? So that with your offer and their real life situation, you can bridge it together. Because, like I think we always, coming from this alternative or social entrepreneur side, we always want to change the world or do something good. And then it has to match with the needs of the people at the ground. So if I would write a book in a language that nobody speaks, it just doesn't go together, or it's too expensive, or maybe it's too heady, or whatever. So really be clear that these both go together. And then on this side, on this outer side of the business model canvas, there are two lines how the target group and how the value proposition or this core offer are connected. One is the channel, and that is the way how my product is delivered to the target group. That can, if it's a product online sale, or I send it, or I have to come there, whatever the channel may be. And the other is the customer relationship. That is, whenever I've delivered the project or the product, how do we keep in relationship? How can you reach me afterwards? Can you phone me? Do you have an online, I don't know, questionnaire where to put all of that in? So how is the communication and contact and delivery between the product and the target group? And then on the bottom line, there's the revenue stream. And that's a very important part that very often get lost, especially in a very social background where also I often want to offer everything for free, but it's not possible. And here the question is, where are the resources? Where's the money coming from? And it doesn't mean that the target group has to pay for the offer, but where are the resources coming from? Is it the funding? Is it government? Or is it the target group? But to have a clear line on how is that money, we can also be resources like knowledge, support, food, rooms, whatever you need. Where's all of that coming in? And then the other side, which is more of the background, like how do I produce, how do I make the product? Here we have, next to the product, on the left bottom side, the key resources. That means what are the resources I need in order to deliver that product? Do I need an office? Do I need a big company to produce something? Do I need some knowledge? Do I need partners? How much finances do I need? So all of that hardware, what do I need to do it? And that's not what I deliver then, but it's all the background resources I need. And then next to it is the key activities, which are describing what do I need to do in the background, like marketing, production, all the things that we are doing in the background in order that then in the front line we can deliver what we want to do. And on the very left we have the key partners. The key partners are all those stakeholders around us that are supporting that we need in order to do it, because we won't do everything on our own, but there's a lot of support, a lot of partners that are supporting our work. And on the very bottom line, there is the cost structure, because this part of the business model canvas is where we have to pay. We have to pay our resources. We have to pay our activities, or at least give them some energy feedback. So how much is all of that? Will that cost? What resources do we need? And in the end, the idea is that the revenue stream and the cost structure are equal each other, so we are financially sustainable also on a longer term. So for me at least, this gives a very good overview for people to start playing with it. And we're doing it a lot in our courses to ask people to start doing it and then also see when I change it, because if I change a little bit the target group, maybe my offer changes. If I realize I have some resources for free, then maybe my offer will change, but also my target group. And it's a very systemic approach where you can start playing, just print it out, put it take Post-its and start playing with it so that you can see how can I change it. Is there different models? Stop thinking that we always have to do it always the same way, but get into a creative mode on how a business or how a project can be set up. That this whole flow, that is the reality of life, that this whole flow works with each other in a fluent way. And if you want to get to know more about it, there's a beautiful book, it's called Business Model Generation. There's a lot of online resources. You can print easily the chart, you find it all online. Just sit together if you have an idea and really dive into it and see, what do I have clear? Where do I still miss something? How can I be creative on it?